about the mark when you saw me 10 days ago? Well, I was so focused on eating that I wasn't paying full attention. Are you kidding? Oh yeah, you said the same thing about Hero and the cannon- as Hero about the cannon soldier. There's no way a human head on a statue will make it move. But it did actually move. That's what I thought too. And then, you said something strange. What on earth? You said what happened 50 years ago wasn't because of the project. It was all because of her. Her? That's not all. You said she gave you the mark. That she loved watching you lose your memories and fear death. You made her kick the bucket once, but she came back to life. You said you needed to do the same thing done 50 years ago to get rid of her. What? My heart wants to beat out of my chest. I can feel sweat run down my face. There's no way I can keep calm. Before I lost my memories, I'd known who had cursed me with the mark. Hey old man, who's she? Did I tell you? I wanted to know too, so I asked, but you couldn't answer me. I don't think you were trying to hide it, you just honestly didn't remember. Was that because of the mark? Well, that's about all I can tell you. Yoshiki, we should get going soon. Go? Where? I'll tell you in the car. I'm real tired of standing. I'd like to sit for a bit. There's no point arguing here. I'll just get it out of him once we're in the car. New info is out of the spirit file. My past self. Oh. Okay. What on earth is happening? So we know who cursed us. Apparently. My past self. After we defeat the soldier, Banshee's mark disappears and he remembers meeting me several times before I lost my memory. I'd been investigating the sacred treasures of the Kujo family donated to the Heavenly Buddha project. When I met him 10 days ago, the mark was already on my arm. I told him she gave it to me, but I'd already forgotten her name by then. She. Who is she? Nope, the mansion's out of the way. Banshee clambers into the back seat of the car. His heavy scent fills the enclosed space. I can finally catch my breath. Now then, driver, take us to the forest by H Castle. I drive down the familiar road. All lights along the way are strangely green. We reach our destination without me having to slow down the car once. The engine chugs along. I feel the wheels of fate turning like those on the car and round again. 10 days ago I promised, in exchange for you buying me an extra order of almond jelly, if you did forget everything, I'd take you to H Shrine. Sounds like I prepared for everything. But if I was that careful, why didn't I leave myself a clue? Why prepare if I was just going to forget? Did the curse progress faster than expected so there wasn't time? Or did someone get rid of it? But if I had business at H Shrine, why didn't I go there while I still had my memories? Something about timing. Waiting for some magic summer cleaning to clear away impurity. Suddenly my old self echoes in my head. I speak the words out loud slowly as realization dawns. The summer purification rites. They're rites held at shrines to exorcise evil. On the last day of June, you pass through woven reeds to cleanse yourself. I was trying to use that ritual to exorcise the impurity. Ah, gotcha. Luckily, today's the 1st of July, so the rites or whatever are done. Should be no problem now. Exorcise the impurity, huh? What kind of impurity was I trying to cleanse? The more I learn, the less I understand. My previous self is like a complete stranger to me. Seems like it, yeah. How weird. How many times have I come to this forest now? The creepy arch and thick trees look the same as always. You know where H Shrine is, yeah? Lead the way. You've never been there? Been there? First I heard of it was 10 days ago. Oh. Banshee and I push through the vegetation and make our way down the beast trail. We pass under the stone Torii gate. And here we are again. And finally arrive at the desolate H shrine. The few headless Buddha statues that are left shine in the light of the flashlight. So the statues used in the project were stolen from here. Yeah, that's right. Is it really true that statues are connected to the mark somehow? I've considered the possibility that the mark was caused by their divine wrath, but 10 days ago... You said what happened 50 years ago wasn't because of the project. It was all because of her. This course I've been following this whole time. Then at some point I have to have been fed some huge lie. But what could it be? A shudder runs through me at that thought. Or at the thought, it feels like I'm looking into the depths of hell. You said 10 days ago that that altar holds something important. Something about needing to keep it here to exorcise the impurity. He approaches the small altar and puts his hand on the sliding door. Huh? What's going on here? The thing's empty. Don't ask me. It was already gone when I was here earlier. Well, that's darn weird. You said there was a cloth pouch. What was inside? A small fist-sized statue. A ninjibutsu or something. It was the Go Shintai for the shrine. The Kujo head used it in the shelter to stop the mess 50 years ago. And again, it's the Kujo family. They must have strong ties to the mark. Well, this is about all I can do for you. At least it was enough to pay off the dessert. We should head back, son. Right. I'm still unsure about what my old self was thinking, but it's clear whatever plan I had didn't work. Where did the ninjibutsu go? On the way back I feel reluctant to go. I keep turning to look toward the shrine. Each time I do, Banshee hurries me on to the forest entrance. Well, this is where we part ways. You're not going to ride back with me? I'm gonna be honest with you, I got a bit carsick on the way here. Flat roads were fine, but the curves and hills did me in. I just got a nice meal, and I'd hate to throw it up, so I'll walk back. But it's pretty far from here. Kids are such wimps these days. When I was young, I used to walk across the Himalayas all the time. This ain't nothing. Okay. His laugh is loud enough for the whole forest to hear. He waves and leaves me alone. Once he's out of sight, I get into the car. Huh. I pull out of the deserted parking lot and drive back to the mansion. As I count the streetlights passing by, I go over everything Banshee told me. 50 years ago in the shelter, the cannon soldier went berserk, but it wasn't because of the army's experiments, it was her. The army was unable to stand up to the threat of her and the soldier. But the Kujo family head used the ninjibutsu to sell everything. However, she still exists in this time period. She was the one who gave me my mark. Before I lost my memories, I was planning on using the ninjibutsu like they did before. I left it at H Shrine so it could be cleansed of its impurity. But somewhere along the line it went missing. The past me probably couldn't have predicted that would happen. I'm almost back at Kujo Mansion. As my drive comes to an end, I focus on what the most important detail is. That's right, who she is. I have a hunch about her identity, but I can't be sure yet. Yeah... And that definitely proves that she was there. 50 years ago she made the cannon soldier move down in the shelter. The Kujo family's head sealed her. They would have brought her to the mansion. The sacred objects for the project, of which she was one, were returned to the Kujos. I grip the steering wheel tighter. If there were any way to defeat her, it just has to be in the mansion. I don't have any solid proof, but the fragments of my memories are whispering to me. think I know who it is just from the cushion, but I'm not entirely sure, because they're dead. The entrance doesn't look any different. Oh! My mark burns. The sharp pain nearly brings me to my knees. It seems she has no intention of hiding her presence any longer. New info was added to the spirit file in pursuit of truth. So, in pursuit of the truth. The last time I saw Banshee, I told him that if I completely forgot everything, he could take me to H Shrine. He says I wanted to recover some ninjutsu thing that was there, but when we arrived, the ninjutsu is oddly missing. All of the effort I went through to prevent the mark from causing havoc was wasted, in pursuit of the truth. So, but I feel like I'm getting closer to the truth I've been pursuing. I've defeated 5 spirits now since I first came to Kujo Mansion, but none were the one that gave me my mark, so where exactly is this she that I need to face? My old self knew, and prepared something to help me with no memory. Then there must be a way to stop her. Don't be afraid, I got to trust in myself. Save, yeah. She's back. And she's fine. Yeah, that's the entire reason why I think it might... It is her. That's a definite... like, that's a much colder greeting. No, because of the sofa. It looks the exact same as the cushion. So, we meet again. Mary's voice is soft. I know now. Behind those words is hidden an intense lust for blood. Yeah... Oh, she stood up? Oh no. Whew, okay. You came back to life rather quickly. You gave me nearly a whole day, more than enough time. I admit that rabbit's attack surprised me, but unexpected events can themselves be rather enjoyable. When I had brought Mary to H Shrine, we caught sight of the rabbit there. It might have suspected Mary's true nature. That rabbit, its great love for you pushed it into recklessness. What was that rabbit really? Determine that for yourself. Who are you? Know that and the answer will come. Though it's impossible so long as you bear the mark I gave you. There we go. Mary gave me the mark. I had a hunch, but hearing it from her lips fills me with dread. Just what are you trying to accomplish? Dragging the living to the depths of despair before killing them. I believe I explained that it is a spirit's utmost desire and joy. And I had your cooperation with achieving that. Cooperate? That's ridiculous. Oh, have you not realized yet? You did bring those pathetic mark bearers directly to the spirits, did you not? They feared the spirit's existence, trembled in the face of death. I savoured the taste of that fear and despair. Most delicious. You had all of us help out, just to terrify the mark bearers even more. Clearly. I could have waited for the curses to complete if I only wanted them dead. That is not the only lie. Mark bearers must stay in small groups, do not contact outsiders. All my instructions were to drive you into a state of emergency, so the whole, like, only one mark bearer at a time, because otherwise it causes the spirits to be drawn toward you, was a complete bullshit. And not once did you doubt me. You bitch. I bet she's telling me all of this, because she wants me terrified with how hopeless the situation I find myself in is. I'm frozen in place, and I know my face must be as pale as death. She must be loving this. Don't tell me you created all those spirits, just to accomplish that. Indeed. When Lady Christie believed divine wrath was the cause of the mark, I had never been more amused. My foolishness was so delightful, I just had to come along with you. So you lied. Of course. How could a pile of broken statues possibly do anything? I could be imagining it, but... I feel like she hesitated for a moment there. 50 years ago, I was sealed away by the head of the Kujo family. I awoke here 5 years ago. At the time, I was still unable to speak and communicate. But it seems my awakening alone caused a number of ripples. Those who died unfortunate deaths on cursed land became monstrous spirits. The H Elementary abuse, the honeybee mass suicide, Psycho's assault and suicide, they all happened 5 years ago. I finally regained my full power a little over a month ago. Then the Buddha statue connected to me 50 years ago began moving. The woman killed by the statue was also influenced by my power. That must be the cannon soldier in Zukawa. Zukawa believed it was divine oracle from the soldier, when it had really been Mary. Or really had been Mary. She did as the great Azura said, and transformed herself into Miss Zoo. Yeah, that pig lady. Once my strength returned, I again bestowed my power on spirits. It connects humans to me and manipulates them into a panic. The mark. I know you've been toying with us, but, well, was there really a need to make us be connected to you in some way? Of course. By being in direct contact with you, I could taste your fear. Even now. Are you scared of me, Lord Yoshiki? No. Very admirable. Oh god. Oh god. Her porcelain face cracks. Ever since you declared that you would fight the mark, I have waited eagerly for this day. What the hell is happening? Over the past 10 days, I have tasted your fear through your mark. Thick and syrupy, as sweet as honey. Each savoured morsel made me want to smash you to pieces. But I waited. I'm not so foolish as to kill a goose that lays golden eggs. But I cannot take it anymore. Like crushing a ripe fruit and sipping its juices. I want to break you down, and savour your sweet fear. Oh my god. Okay. Now she's scary. Jesus. Oh great, the lights are out. So, a few minutes away. Yep, until death closes in. Death has already closed in. My thoughts blur together suddenly. What happens to a mark bearer right before dawn? I've seen it many times. Is that what's happening to me now? Lord Yoshiki, wait for me. I'll kill. Ugh. I can hear Mary stand up over by the sofa. At this rate, the rabbit's fate will be mine too. I have to run away. Check within the red in my room. My room? Within the red. Oh, the blood pile. In Saya's room, I guess. Something whispers in my ear. That's right, that voice. But what does my room mean? Focus, who does that voice belong to? Yasuoka, she said it was someone who loved me. Live or die. Mary's coming closer. Where should I run? Ah, I have a lot of soul power. Oh damn. My room, MK's, Saya's. Saya. Who's MK? Oh, Masamune, Marasame, I can't remember. Saya. Whew. I sprint at full speed up the stairs and fly into Saya's room. Safe. Much like the entrance hall, it's dark. The voice said, check within the red in my room. Is something there? But where should I look? The floor, jackass! The blood pile! Floor, floor, floor! Oh boy. So Sayakuja's bloodstain is still on the floor. It's obviously dry by this point in time. There might be something lying on top of it. I can't be sure as it's too dark. Nothing was there the last time I was here. Picking it up, I discover that it's a small pouch. Inside is a hard, thin object. I move over to the moonlight to see it better. It's a small Buddha statue! It can't be. Is this the Ninjibutsu? It seems to be stained with blood, and I get the an ominous feeling from it. The impurity, it hasn't been exorcised yet. I instinctively know the instant I see it. My mind is suddenly flooded with all of my memories of the Ninjibutsu, one after another. 50 years ago, the head of the Kujo family used this to seal Mary's power. He put the Ninjibutsu inside her to seal her. Then about a month ago, someone took it out. That person was me. Because of that, Mary regained her powers. The Ninjibutsu in my hand looks exactly like... like it did back then, full of impurity. Impurity that's built up from stealing Mary's power for 50 years. To cleanse it, I left the ninjutsu at the uncontaminated hate shrine. It would take time to exorcise all of the impurity. It's already July, the summer purification rite is over, so why is it still impure? The object the rabbit had in its mouth. It could have been carrying the pouch then instead of the master key. Then the ninjutsu was taken away from its shrine before the beginning of July. Maybe the rabbit saw Mary by the shrine and was scared that she would find it. So it had no choice but to steal it away. Oh boy. The door to the adjacent room opens. Mary must be looking for me. But she can sense the presence of mark bearers. What's going on? Wait. Is it possible that Saya's blood is protecting me? Bring it to where I met my end. The main hall? The voice whispers in my ear again. If this isn't where the voice's owner died, they must have met their end elsewhere. There's only one other place. The rabbit. While Mary is in the room next door, I sprint down to the entrance hall. I make a beeline to Mary's sofa in the spot where the rabbit died. The voice that spoke to me and helped me every time a spirit was closing in. If Saya was working through anything, it must have been that rabbit. Seeing something, I look down at my hand. Sensing something, I look down at my hand. It's pure! The ninjutsu's impurity is gone. Is this what you've been telling me, Saya? I speak to the departed woman who's guided me as I struggled without memories. Put the ninjutsu to the source of the doll's curse. Press it to the black mark. Where was... Oh, it was on her arm. The right arm. It was on the left in the picture, but the right arm, I think. Then the whispers stop. Oh god, here she comes. The floorboards creak ominously. I raise my head to the staircase rising into the darkness before me. Oh god, there she is. A dark figure stands on the landing. I found you. Oh god. The mark scorches me. I'm covered in 5 of them now. My head goes blank. Did we get to see her up close? Mary's coming closer. My body won't listen to me. Oh god, we do. Here! Lord Yoshiki. Mary closes her hands around my neck. She's trying to kill me. Okay, good. Jesus. I squeeze the ninjutsu and the fog that's impeding my thoughts lifts. Live or die, baby. It's still a struggle to think. I should be able to move my arm now. Put the ninjutsu on the source of the curse. I only have one chance. Where should I stick the ninjutsu? Her right arm. Right arm. Thud. I managed to drag my impossibly heavy arm and stick the ninjutsu on Mary's right arm. Yeah, there it is. She's hiding it. But I'm sure that's where the black mark was. Hey! Oh god. Marks bloom on Mary one after another. They're all the colour of blood. It's like they're the curses of those she killed. Hey! We got her. Holy shit. So after all that, Mary was the antagonist. Of course. I wonder if that's why if you choose at the beginning of the game to not fight the mark and just wait for death, that's why you would die. Because the person that gave you the mark is right in front of you. So Mary shatters into dust. Do the lights come back on? Did I really do it? I hesitantly look down at my right arm. Yeah! The mark is gone. I did it. I finally did it. I have to say it out loud to convince myself. A victory at the expense of Saya's life. I can't claim it's completely over, but there's no harm being relieved for now. Phew. The fog clouding my head clears away. My memory slowly returned to me. I look around the dimly lit hall again. I know this mansion well, because I'm... The clock on the second floor begins chiming wildly like it did 10 days ago. When I make my way to it, it stops. Almost as if it has a will of its own. That's right, this grandfather clock. I think a skilled ancestor of the Cujo family crafted it. That one chisel may have been used to make it. That's right, inside this clock. I open the door and stick my hand inside. My fingers brush something hard. Taking it out, I realise it's a voice recorder. I press the play button. This on? This is Masamune Kujo. It's a man's voice, a voice I know all too well. We're Masamune. We are Saya's... brother? Don't know if we're older or younger, which means when I said in the beginning to Mo and Tsukasa that I was her sibling, I was right on the money! That's brilliant. It's my voice. I decided to leave this record behind in case something should happen. That doll may dispose of any files or documents. I'm banking on her overlooking a piece of technology. As I listen, I start to remember recording this. I'd done it right before I received the mark from Mary. Now, where should I begin? It started 5 years ago, 2 years after I became Cujo family head. My sister Saya and I found the doll in a wood box while sorting the warehouse. The moment I broke the seal and saw her, I could sense something sinister. But it took a while longer to fully understand what she truly is. If only there had been records. But great-grandfather who sealed her didn't leave any before his early death. Because of that, his descendants weren't told about the doll. I managed to learn the doll had been loaned to an army lab during the war. A strange old man who lived in an underground shelter told me. Then I went overseas to try to get more information on the doll. But I got into an accident while away and was presumed missing. So Saya became the new family head. I wasn't able to contact her until after she had inherited the title. It wasn't something worth contesting, so I explained everything and had her keep up the facade that I was missing. Public records still stated Masamune Kujo was very much alive, of course. I couldn't have used my passport or license otherwise. I'm off topic. Sorry. I only just returned to the country last week. Other psychics abroad all agreed it would be bad to leave the doll be. An Enjibutsu inside the doll still suppressed its cursed power, but I realised that it was almost at its limit. As if I left it alone, it would crumble. Then it'd be impossible to suppress the cast power of the doll. That was the worst case scenario. But what was to be done? The answer I came up with was to remove the Ninjibutsu from the doll temporarily. Its impurity would be cleansed after a month stored in a pure area. And then I'll place it back in the doll. If I succeed, the doll's power will be sealed for a few more decades. But the problem is that 1 month. I have no idea what kind of curse will be released when the doll's unsealed. I'll do what I can to prevent disasters, but my power can't compare to the Ninjibutsu. I can't guarantee anything. There may be victims again, like the tragedy 50 years ago. But this is a necessary evil. It must be done in order to prevent even more people from falling victim. How many people did die? The guard, the old man, with Shimio. Who was the third spirit? The third spirit was Hanayome, but nobody died. Like, no people we encountered died. Number 4 was Miss Zoo. No one died there either. Hero nearly did, but not quite. And then 5... Cannon Soldier, no one died there either. Sorry, I didn't mean to make that so audible. I'm just trying to think. In terms of NPCs we interacted with that ended up dying, it was the guard and the old man that wanted to commit suicide. So after this, I'll disassemble the doll and remove the Ninjibutsu. I pray everything goes according to plan and the worst of evils is avoided. I hope this record isn't needed. But if the one listening to this has a loved one who's fallen victim to the curse, then I'm very sorry. The recording ends there. Damn it. I clench my fists so hard my nails dig into my palms. Yes, the voice on the tape was mine, but I'm furious with it. I don't know that person at all. The mark has claimed so many victims over the past month. I even lost my little sister.